It's the return of Monster Families Ranked, this time for the Dokkaebi Lords. And this one is going to be a little bit different than normal because I don't want any of my bias going in. Although, you know what? I'll find a way to sneak some bias into this list. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out. No, but this time I actually ran a survey and we posted it on social media. There, folks were able to vote for their favorite Dokkaebi Lords, the one they want the best. And at the end of it, now we've got our rankings for the Dokkaebi Lords. Let's get into it by first talking about what they have in common. They all have the same first skill, Violent Swing. It deals damage that scales with their own max HP and has a 15% chance to stun, unless you're the water one, in which case it thematically freezes. Functionally the same, but slightly more flavorful. That would be me if I had like a soda, you know, and I had like a diet version, right? Just feel like it's functionally the same, but slightly more flavorful. The two second skills available are Summon Heavenly King's Gate and Magical Gourd Bottle. The former attacks all enemies twice, and the damage increases according to the Dokkaebi's max HP. Each hit has a chance to strip a buff, and then it'll heal the whole team for 20%. And then, as if that wasn't enough, the Dokkaebi Lord will heal himself in proportion to the number of buffs he removed. The latter option, Magical Gourd Bottle, deals 15% of the Dokkaebi's max HP as damage, steals a buff, and then leaves a 2-turn brand on the target if they have no buffs remaining afterwards. The last thing is that they all have 50% HP leads that match their element. Alright, let's meet our contenders. The fire one is Mugwang, and his passive is Fire Bead. He tries to apply a dot with each hit and destroys HP in proportion to the dot damage. And his damage increases in proportion to the enemy's destroyed health. The water one is Jongnam. His unique active skill is Giant's Bat. It heals all allies for 20% of their missing health, deals damage that scales with his max HP, and then tries to stun all enemies for 1 turn. And it absorbs 40% attack bar of the target if your HP is higher than theirs. And it will be, or at least it should, to be honest. You're noticing that they have a lot to do with HP. I mean, they're HP types for crying out loud. Byungchul is the Wind Dokkaebi Lord. His unique passive is Full of Spirit. First of all, he always crits. He has built-in damage reduction based on his HP status, and he deals more damage as his HP gets lower. Byungchul also recently got on my radar, so much so that he was actually included in the top 11 Nat 5s for new players. After Michael got him really early on, I realized that auto-critting is so helpful for new players because you can just stack him up with crit damage and HP and just watch those numbers rack up. You can get through scenarios and like all early 10 floors of giants fairly easily with him. The next one is Yuldong. He has a passive called Triumph Over Evil, and it increases critical damage by 100%. Sorry, I said that wrong. It increases critical damage that all of your allies deal by 100%. What the heck, dude? It also decreases incoming damage by 10% for each buff on all allies. The last of the 5 is Gapsu, the Dark Dokkaebi Lord, and the one that we all know from the Fusion Hexagram. His passive Dokkaebi Secret Spell gives him attack bar when enemies heal. Then on his turn, he can cleanse a debuff off of an ally with the lowest HP ratio, and he'll also heal them for 10%. And the recovery amount goes up with skill ups too. Alright, we've met all the monsters. Let's go into the rankings. Number 5 is Mugwang. I don't really think this is a surprise. Mugwang is sick, to be honest. Like, Mugwang's the type of monster that you look at it and go, oh, sick. And then you just keep picking Rika instead, as we've always done. You know, it's no offense to him, dude. It's just there are extremely good monsters in this realm of Summoner's War. Like, I feel like the dot avenues have been pretty well explored. Though I did see a few people in the comments of the survey saying that he has the perfect passive and that they really want him for a dot team. So I agree. Again, let me just reiterate. I'm laughing a lot, but I don't think he's a joke. I actually think he's really, really good. But he's the worst of the Jongnam is number 4. Now this one is a bit surprising to me. Jongnam got buffed semi-recently, and he even got a really great showing in SWC 2024's World Finals, when Lest wouldn't stop picking him. He's got a little strip on skill 2, hard crowd control on skill 1, and skill 3, and he can heal and reduce attack bar. Like, the dude's got everything. So the fact that public perception puts him at number 4, I feel like is a testament to the quality of this family, as well as the remaining 3. Speaking of which, number 3. This is going to be a controversial placement. But again, not my fault. I didn't rank him. You did. It's your fault. Number 3 is Gapsu. To me, I think Gapsu gets bonus points for being so accessible. And he's the perfect pairing for literally any other dark unit or auto cleanser. He can not only draw out a game, but he can also solo if it comes down to it, thanks to the true damage on skill 2. Gapsu's the whole package, and he is still number 3. Here we go. It's a toss-up. Which one's it gonna be? Whoa, whoa. Is it gonna be Yuldong or Byungju? Whoa. No, I don't need to do all that. Number 2 is Yuldong. Insane in dungeons and RTA. You can make some incredibly cool speed teams if you have him.
Look at that. It's already dead. That is insane.
In fact, I saw a few people leave comments about him. One submission said that he's good to pair with self-buffing bruisers like Rakan and Beast Monks, and even though he's locked in at second, he was people's most wanted by a huge margin, which makes sense because he's an LD5. If you haven't gotten a chance to see Yuldong in action in PvE and PvP environments, I'd say that should be the next video you go watch. Okay, number 1, we all know who it is. Byungchul, the Wind Dokkaebi Lord. People were crediting him based on the adaptability as well as his tankiness as the reason why he should be in this slot. And after thinking about it, I could agree. I think it's a toss-up for who could be number 1 for sure, and it's gonna vary person to person, but Byungchul is such a great take. The auto-critting is huge, damage reduction built in on a passive, we know how crazy that can be, as well as dealing more damage as he gets lower. What an incredible monster. So if you asked me for my personal rankings, I think my list would look something like this. Put Byungchul at number 2 and Gapsu at number 1. He gets bonus points because he's so easy to get. But I really do feel like it's a toss-up. So with that in mind, let me know what your personal list looks like in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, and let me know what monster we should do next, if you're interested in that sort of thing. If you're not, that's okay too.